Changing Lanes, the official podcast of BMW. Welcome to this episode of Changing Lanes, the official podcast of BMW. My name is Jonathan.
And my name is Sarah.
And today on the podcast, we are getting tech savvy. Now, I thought it was pretty cool when you could lock and unlock your car with the press of a button.
Well, Jonathan, I thought it was pretty cool when you could just roll down your window without having to crank it down with your hand. Shows you how old I am. Oh, my God.
Same here. I remember that as well. Biceps of steel. But today, we've got some exciting news about a tech collaboration that will redefine how you get in and out of your car.
Yeah, so in cooperation with Apple, BMW is the first car maker in the world to offer customers a digital car key on their iPhone. Yeah, so in the future, you'll be able to set up a car key on a compatible iPhone and share it with up to 5 friends.
Now, I'm sure our podcast listeners have a lot of questions about this, so let's show you how the BMW digital key works.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So a common question that often comes in is, what is the BMW digital key? Well, this digital car key is compatible with your iPhone, and it allows you to conveniently and securely lock, unlock, and even start your BMW. So from now on, you can use your iPhone as a key with a compatible BMW, of course, with maximum security and data protection guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, I, for one, am glad to hear about this maximum security and data protection. That's something that's really important for me. But our podcast listeners may also be wondering, well, what if your iPhone runs out of battery? Well, you can still unlock and start your vehicle for up to 5 hours, which is great news, of course. Though if you turn your iPhone off manually, the BMW digital key will only work once you turn your device on again.
Good to know. Good to know. And, another question that's in the back of our minds could be, how and where can I get the BMW digital key? Well,
that's a good question.
Right? Because I kind of want one too.
Yeah.
So with a bunch of vehicles built from summer 2020 or later, those vehicles are compatible with the BMW digital key. So to see if your vehicle is compatible or not, you can use the BMW Connected app right now to check and see. Or go to bmw.com, search for digital key, and you'll find an article with a list.
That's pretty easy to do.
Totally.
Okay, so another question might be, how exactly does the BMW digital key work?
I mean, I wouldn't know how it works, right?
Yeah. All right, so here's how it works. In order to unlock the driver's door using the digital key, what you have to do is hold the top of your iPhone near the door handle until you see the word done and a check mark on the display. Your iPhone will only unlock the driver's side door, though.
Good to know. Okay, so that answers that question, but what if somebody else wants to drive your car?
Right, that's a good point.
Well, you can authorize up to 5 other people to use your BMW, and all you need to do is send them an invitation from your iPhone's Wallet app to add them as a user, and you can revoke their permission at any time. So only the original driver's key, or the main key, can be shared. Shared keys cannot be passed on to others.
Got it. Good to know.
Awesome. And when you share your BMW digital key, you can choose the type of access that you grant to others. So, for example, if you're, teaching your child how to drive, you can check a box to limit their access, and they will then have restricted access, which limits how fast they can go and ensures that the dynamic stability control and intelligent safety cannot be deactivated. The restrictions available vary depending on the vehicle that you do have.
Oh, that sounds really, really useful. And I'm definitely going to be using that when my son is learning to drive.
Exactly, I'm sure.
So this is a huge leap forward for technology. But I bet some podcast listeners are wondering about safety and data security. I mean, we mentioned it in the beginning, but one question that keeps popping up is, how safe is the BMW digital key? Well, the digital key is saved in the secure element on your iPhone, And this near-field communication technology guarantees a high level of data protection since the sender and receiver have to be in close proximity to communicate.
Oh, wow. That is definitely reassuring, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
All right. And another question that does come up is, can I use more than one iPhone as my main key? The answer is no, and this is due to security purposes, and I feel better just knowing about this. So each user can only have one iPhone as their main key, but you can authorize up to 5 other people to use your BMW by simply sending them an invitation from your iPhone.
Ah, okay.
Right? So every user who has access can also activate an Apple Watch that is linked to their iPhone as an alternative key. So in this case, 2 keys for the invited friends are displayed in the key list in the vehicle.
Ah, so an Apple Watch works too?
Sure does.
Okay, but what about when you sell your car? What happens to the digital key when the car is sold? Well, before you sell your car, you should reset the digital key in your car under Settings, Doors and Windows, and then Digital Key. It's just 3 easy steps that'll take you less than a minute.
Exactly. And I don't know about you, Sarah, but I've lost my iPhone more times than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Very embarrassing, but true.
So the podcast listener who's wondering what happens if you lost your iPhone or you'd like to remove another user, that's still possible as well.
Okay, yeah, definitely good to know. I mean, I have to say, it's pretty amazing how convenient the BMW digital key is.
I know, right? And being able to use it for up to 5 people, I mean, it sounds like a snap. Now you can share your car with friends without any hassle with passing on the keys and so on.
Yep, and when my son will be learning how to drive, or when he finally does get his driver's license in those early months, it's good to know that I can, prevent him from speeding off. Yeah, that's definitely reassuring. So the BMW digital key is something I'm definitely excited to try out in the future.
Me too. Me too. And that's a wrap on today's podcast. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of Changing Lanes.
And if you enjoyed this episode, do make sure that you subscribe to our podcast for future episodes.
And to dive deeper into all things BMW, head on over to bmw.com to learn more.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Jonathan.
And this has been Changing Lanes.
See you next time.